Awangene viva mite mage paramite mage yodanga no mazonge mato yoda tibi vai 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 sama manata bingo bingo sakinda sama
You're now tuning in to Culture Sessions with Malathion and Arkyve, because knowing and understanding the culture is the science of everything in life.
My mind was just blank. You need a shrooming and meditation and weed are necessary in life in order to stay sane, but used in a good form and not overly to where
overly consumed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, shroom trips. I love them.
Last night was fun. I
actually I didn't trip, like hallucinate. Well, I was making, my mind would catch things in my eyes and I'd be like, what the fuck? And I would look again and then it wouldn't be that, like.
Yeah. Like, how far in did you go into The Last Samurai before you started feeling really fucked up?
I don't know, because I would like trip, like I felt like things were going on, but my mind would focus on small things, so I could only speak about like a certain thing going on. It was weird, dog. Like I would just remember like him being in court and shit, and just like screaming and doing shit, just be like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Why is he screaming like that? Like holy fucking shit! And I was thinking like, I was watching a image of myself for some reason. I don't know, it was weird, like, and I thought I was time traveling at one point. Like I thought I traveled into time.
Yeah.
And like was like gone from our time, and then like I would go somewhere, but like when I would come back out here, like when I would wake up, like it would be further in time. Like the movie would be like at a different scene, and then like I wouldn't remember, and I kept thinking like, oh shit, I'm going somewhere, but it was so far that my mind here can't even perceive me as what I was, because I just kept thinking, where the fuck? Either I'm falling asleep, because I would hear the TV, but I wouldn't see anything.
Like what? You couldn't see any images on the TV screen?
But then I would open my eyes. So I don't know if
you couldn't see anything because your eyes were closed.
That's what I'm saying. But my mind was taking me somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Trip.
Like I was closing my eyes. My body was doing things that my mind was taking as something else. So my mind actually thought it left, which I was just like, probably, I don't know. It was crazy though, because I just kept remembering, thinking like, what the fuck? What time is it? And then it would be like a certain time. It'd be 12. And then I walked outside and I got mad goosebumps. Came back inside and it was a different time. And I just remember time tripping me out.
Mm-hmm.
Time was like, but I guess because I'm the time god and I just deal with time so much, that time was I was getting marked out.
It was manifesting.
I was getting timed. The shrooms are timing me.
Wow.
The shrooms timed me, dog. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think that's what happened. Because I was like, time was just an essence in my mind the whole time. And like I would focus on certain things and then time would pass. It was just nothing but time. Everything had to do with time when I was tripping.
Wow. You know what? I'm not going to lie. The shrooms made me a little sleepy. Like, but you know what? In a good way. But you know what? My body was like overworked. So once I actually, took them, I started feeling real, like a glowy feeling in my body.
I started feeling like I was floating.
Yeah.
Like I was like watching a cartoon movie at one point.
Yeah, that's more like it. Like a floaty
yawning
sensation in your stomach and shit.
Yeah, and then you start.
When you yawn and you trip.
Oh shit! I remember sitting there yawning. I felt like there was nothing but tears coming out of my eyes. I was yawning so much. Yeah. And I was watching what were we watching before The Last Samurai? We were watching something crazy, like fools were getting shot with shotguns.
Oh, fucking what? Deadwood.
Oh yeah, with the homie Lush One was acting. No, with Nicolas Cage.
No, that was at Bangkok Danger.
Oh yeah. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, what the fuck was going on here? I just remember fools was getting smoked. Fools are just dying for no reason. And I remember this fool trying to like fuck a deaf woman and they speak to her in Chinese, have sign language. And I was like, what the fuck? And he would keep doing like these weird stares of like thinking about things that like we never knew.
As we were actually barely starting to fucking trip. Well, that's when we were, when we ate a few, and then it was like towards the end when it was this weird fucking like visuals. If you actually watch that movie, you'll trip out on. They don't like there's like almost no fucking script. It's like all facial, remarks and shit. And it's also, I mean, I understand it's a deaf woman, but my boy Nicolas Cage can speak, so I don't understand why the fuck he's so fucking quiet.
Yeah, the whole movie was pretty quiet, huh?
Yeah, it's like weird, like. Facial expressions.
Mad fools just died the whole movie, huh?
Left and right. It's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was weird. Like, not a lot of fools talked. Yeah, that was weird. For some reason, I wasn't even focused on language yesterday. Like, talking. I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
I couldn't read. I couldn't spell there.
Well,
it was crazy.
The mushrooms will do that to you.
I love it. We need, like, not overly done, but, sometimes you just need it just to understand that, we work in certain ways. The mind can rethink things and do certain things again and make you see things. It's crazy. I love it. Well, let's go. Welcome to Culture Sessions. I am your host. Welcome to Culture Sessions. I am Malathion.
I'm Arkyve the Nomad. What's up, everybody?
Welcome to the Cypher. First, I'd like to give a shout out to, actually, go check out platformcollection.com right now. And I need you to check out all the podcasts that I'm about to say, which is Wake the Flock Up, Tumex Hologram Podcast, Crappy Awesome, Noah James, Curtis King, and Lisa J have their own podcast. I need you to go check out all those, download them, listen to them, bump them, get to know them. Everybody, shouts out. Follow us on Instagram at Culture Sessions, just exactly the way it's spelled, Culture Sessions.
Hit us up on the Gmail at culturesessions626@gmail.com.
And if you have any, requests, some people you want on,
questions.
If you want to get on, just, send us some stuff. Send us, your EPK or whatever it is that you got. You have any questions for the people that, that will be on?
Send music.
Send us all that, because we're trying to break dudes too, we're trying to break people too. And
we're trying to build all the way.
Yeah,
trying every way.
Build all the way, build any way. So, also shouts out, Chamber Records, Cola Crew, Project Blowed, King of the Dot, Fresh Coast, Ayahuasca. And this is Culture Sessions. Welcome to the first episode. This is actually going to be your favorite podcast. Let me just tell you that. Because you're going to hear nothing but the knowledge, nothing but everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, intuitive thoughts on the actual culture. We've been embedded in the culture for the last, what feels like forever, but genuinely in the last 10 years. You know what I mean? So it feels good to actually recap and really fertilize what we've learned, as artists, as fans, and as people of the culture. And it's part of what we really want to bring to your ears. You know what I mean? This is why you're gonna listen to us.
Yeah. And this whole entire podcast came about, and it was pretty crazy because, like, it actually was something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time. Like, we would always be watching a lot of listening and watching, because some guys would record them on YouTube and put them up.
Which we will be doing.
Yeah, we'll be doing that very soon. Like, right now, these are the beginning stages. Like, we're aspiring MCs. This is what we do. I host the rap battles, King of the Dot, one of the best battle leagues in the world, and King of the Dot. And actually, really is. I really believe that as a fan. But let's not get into that. Arkyve doing his thing with the Blunt Funk. Like, we've been fans this whole time, and so podcasts and all this stuff was something that we've loved because we know so much about the music, just about music, period, and just about everything. Cause,
being rap nerds for fucking our whole lives, practically, as far as we could think and pick our own music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just like he said, like, we've since third grade. I've known this dude since third grade. One of my best homies right here. One of the homies we're in crew together, Chamber Records, who you're gonna get familiar with, and this all came about, and so we've been fans of this the whole time, and now Namek had a show, Rhyme Fest. we went to Break Beats and Rhymes, which is 2 a.m. You know what I mean? What is it, 90.7?
Yep.
90.7. Every Saturdays at 2 a.m.
KBFK.
Tune in. Shout outs to the homies, Rebels to the Grain, Chetty, MP. DJ Lord Ron, too. Shouts out to you. You know, we went there, we rocked it, didn't get home till like 5 in the morning, got woken up by like at 11.
By the crappy awesome podcast guys fucking setting up their lights and shit and their computers and laptops and recording devices.
Good dudes.
Yep.
You know, they came all the way down from I think San Diego. They were out here already. You know, we got this in and we started chopping it up with them, and you know, we were really both, you know, talking about a lot of knowledge of hip hop and just everything, and he was really, you know, feeling just our communication and just what we were doing and who we were, you know, and what we've done, that he was like, yo, you guys want to work with us? You guys want to do something? You know, let's get something cracking. Would you guys be interested?
And we jumped at the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Being, you know, that we, like Malathion said, we've been wanting to do this just by being fans of podcasts for so long.
Yeah, we genuinely love this music and this culture enough to where we care. You know, when we bring these artists, these great people on here, it's gonna be something to where, you know, it's as fans, like as looking in as fans, we want to get to know. So we want you guys to get to know us also. You know, I'm Malathion. You know, I'm with Chamber Records, also with Cola Crew, Project Blowed, King of the Dot, Fresh Coast, many different crews, Vociferous, all that. You know, so we have different things that we add to this whole
installment.
Yeah,
and
this whole
you
installment.
know what I mean? Platformcollections.com. I'm Arkyve, by the way. You're gonna get familiar with me. I pretty much been doing this since even before, you know, anything, before any grammar school. Actually, I was, you know, my parents were really into, you know, salsa music, and my dad was like a strong, you know, music listener. So I would definitely get all my inspiration from my father, showing me all his live DVDs of Congo music, of black Peruvian music, of salsa, of all, you know, of just more like live instrumentation. And I think that really stuck with me. Why till this day, right now, I'm working with the band, you know what I mean? Blunt Funk, that's what Malathion was talking about, which is a 5-piece band, you know, with a drummer, a guitarist, and a bassist, and a DJ, and myself, the vocalist, which we will be dropping an album this year called Heat very soon. Very excited. That album took us 3 years to make. And it's, you know, it's been a long journey all the way here.
Yeah,
you know?
it's something, you know, that we both bring to it, and we're really gonna show you guys a lot of it on this show. You know, well, he's gonna be bringing the whole band, not bands, I don't want to say that, but you know, just there's gonna be different walks of life. That's all I can say on here, and that's why everything that we're gonna be talking about on the show is gonna vary. And let me break that down. It's from 1 to 0. If you know what that is, you'll get to know it once you guys get to, you know, the further you guys get into these podcasts, the more we get to know each other, you guys are gonna start understanding this type of language. We're gonna be starting off with it goes down the list. Let me break it down: b-boying, emceeing, graffiti, DJing, beatboxing, apparel, language, knowledge, street entrepreneurism, and health. And the reason why we add health to the cipher is because we need everybody to be healthy. You know what I mean? And no one's gonna. It's all self-taught. You really need to go and see exactly what it is you put into your body, exactly what things that you know, you might be allergic to some things that other people are not. Like these things we need to learn, and then
you need to be alive to represent the culture.
Yeah, and it goes further than that, because I know that's really broad to think about it, but it pretty much like. You just need to take care of yourself, and I know everyone likes, you know, there's some people gonna be listening to this who like to who party and who do that. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, like if you start feeling like your body is fucking up, like you really need to jump on that
and listen to your body.
Yeah, you know, have fun, do it. You know, we're all gonna do it, and we're not supporting going out there and doing crazy shit, because there's people that are listening who don't do nothing, which is cool. But at the same time, we all gotta be healthy, because it could be the smallest thing that could be fucking you up, and you know, and that's where my mind is at right now. That's why I talk about that. That's why this is really what me and Arkyve are on. You know, we're really trying to, you know, we've been so many years we've been out here just doing crazy shit, eating whatever, and not understanding the knowledge of your own self, which is your mind, your body, and understanding exactly who you are and where we came from. So I mean, this is things that I'm starting to get into, and I really feel this has to be added to what it is that we do. And we actually have a friend, the health guru, who's actually we have on call. People, if you have any health, any people, like if we bigger people to small, anybody, we can actually have someone talk to you about it and fix it on a holistic kind of way, to where, you know, some doctors might say you need surgery, but you know there might be another route for that. So I mean, Arkyve, talk about your experience with that, like what it is that you did and how he guided you to help and fix what it was that was going on with you.
Well, the health guru helped me specifically, you know, because I party, meaning I drink a lot, you know, and smoke and shit like that. You know what I mean? We smoke a lot of weed or whatnot. And he helped me in order to get my liver.
Like a health specialist.
Yeah, exactly. I told him what was wrong with me. I was feeling like pains in like my sides. You know what I mean? I felt like I wasn't drinking enough water, but I was, and I was still feeling pains. But it's because I was drinking water and I was still drinking beer at nighttime. You know what I mean? So it wasn't balancing anything that I was doing. So I needed to detox my liver, and he helped me with that. He hooked it up with like a pure liver detox, followed up with like these like a powder form vitamin, which is called like some tangy tangerine, which is really bomb because it's not like a pill where you fucking, I don't know, it takes a while for it to break down in your stomach. This is like an actual drink, and it literally like hits your bloodstream right away. You just like, you feel fucking, if you're hungover and you smash a glass of that, you're gonna feel 100% like in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what really got me on. He started, you know, hooking me up with small things, and we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna bring him on and hit us up at Culture Session 626 at gmail.com. And that will open up the avenue for anybody that wants to ask specific health questions to my boy, because he knows pretty much like everything you need to know.
Like high blood pressure.
To stay healthy.
I think,
you know what I mean?
You know, that goes along with high cholesterol. You know, he's also like giving people advice. I mean, not advice, but you know, I don't want to speak too much on his part, but he's helping people right now who have serious health problems, from lupus to, you know, you name it. And this is something really that we need to help our people. You know, they're not going to help us because at the end of the day, it's just corporations that need money. They need to get this off, they need to get that off, you know. And you know, I know people who are in that whole type of thing, you know, and it's not a really good way to go, you know. I mean, they ain't looking out for us. The only people who are going to look out for us is us. And I say it's the corporations who run all this. And maybe they might not be doing that. Maybe it might be something that it's just that our body doesn't like, that those medicines produce, or whatever it is that there's other ways to do it. And, you know, a long time, you know, they make these things out of natural things that grow. And if you know how to connect things and you've done your studies, like my homie, the health guru has, which is Trevor Silvera. Look for him on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that. He's the one who actually knows this stuff. He's done his studies, and we're gonna bring him on, and I want him to actually talk about. We'll get to him. He'll be on in a couple podcasts because he's real busy. We're gonna bring him on.
He's one of the guests we're gonna have. But we're actually speaking of bringing on guests, we actually have a great fucking guest today.
Yes,
we're already getting. This is the first episode. We're already getting into it.
There's so much that you need to know, but we don't want to make it just about us, because you will get to know us through these episodes. So tonight, we have a really dope guest, 626's very own. I don't know exactly the area. She'll tell you that very soon in a couple minutes. We have Vel the Wonder.
Vel
9 in the building tonight, and she's gonna get into everything from, you know, Laced with Pearls, her new album that just dropped, to everything. You know, you guys are gonna get to know Vel the Wonder.
Yeah, and we should play something first though.
Yeah, we're gonna get into, actually, it was one of the songs that I liked. It was off of Closet Rap mixtape. Go to the Val Bandcamp. Go just Google Val Bandcamp, and it should come up. I don't know the exact one. It's the Lizzie Love, like, and that's the one that really popped her off. So we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna bring her in for you know, get her in for the Culture Session.
Yeah, this is the first episode of Culture Sessions.
Come on. Well, You know those girls, come on, who just don't act like fucking girls.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by...
A Lizzie is a lady who's the opposite of lazy. Has money on her mind and the hustle is her baby. She bustin' riches daily, business is usually crazy. Her name is Natty Melly Stacy, or you call her Daisy. She's rightfully intelligent, and wouldn't you know that she could be sadly attractive without busting a hoe? Grip a slider scheme, she gotta think the home cook will flow. So let me tell you a little story about this girl you might know. The homie scoped this girlie on the corner looking shady. Approached her, said hello, she said what up, my name is Stacy. He said hello, pretty lady, yo, you tryna lay me? She said to get the fuck out, I'm tryna sling my stuff out. While I'm waiting patiently, blatantly on the bus route. Unless you want a sack, then you got to pull out the blunt now. Man, he should've known she was a dealer. She had a black hat, a backpack, and rockin' Steelers. Why does he always run into chicks that's rockin' feelers? Like last week, he met a sassy sis who stopping Jesus. Straight in his tracks, cause she pulled out the fat cap. He told the homie, pinch me, who'll give my face a fat slap. A dirty girly who could surely paint you miss my whole life. She said, excuse me, can you please move? You're in my whole light, cause there is all is everything. It wrestles spraying readily, and I'ma paint these walls till they fall and they fed up with me. Don't you know the homie had to keep walking, pushing, till he saw this lady Hispanic cracked up a cushion. She had a blunt with cushion, he thought that he could smush it. Then he heard her spit a verse, words they thought she couldn't. But don't be mistaken for this missy with the rhyme scheme. Her words just sure to murk you like you're sitting on a high beam. And I highly disagree that you're capable of surviving. And if in doubt, just pout and go ahead and try me. Cause not every female that you see has to be likely to put a dick thick in her ass or in her tightly. She just might be on her way heading to college, or working 9 to 5 so she's keeping the rent up solid, or sitting in a cycle circle working dropping knowledge. The point is, it's pointless for you to try and stop this, cause these are the ladies with the halos making threats. The only girl gang to bang and keep up with the rest. Got more on her brain and head and more than just a sex. And it's an epidemic that is sure to manifest. So yes. And it's an epidemic that is sure to manifest. Cause females are made with only sugar and spice. And when you meet them and you greet, they acting nothing but nice. Until you see they got potential to rock the instrumental, or pick up a paintbrush and rock the fundamentals. You puff out your chest and start acting like a warrior. Let out a call to the bitches at the shorter hair. An ego boost, booster, fucking loser that I sorta hear. But when you're with the Lizzie, best believe that you got more to fear. Puff out your chest and start acting like a warrior. Let out a call to the bitches at the shorter hair. An ego boost, booster, fucking loser that I sorta hear. When you're with the Lizzie, best believe that you got more to fear. But when you're with the Lizzie, best believe that you got more to fear. When you're with the Lizzie, best believe that you got more to fear.
Are you the time now?
I'm the time man. I am the man of time at that.
Like
Official
that guy
time caller.
Are you ready to rumble? They pay him like how much? Like millions of dollars.
Just to say that shit
Just
once.
say that. Is that
I'm
you?
trying to get that spot. Yes, that's me.
Not quite there.
In the King of the Dot, I'm that man.
You're in the footsteps.
I'm the King of the Dot. I'm Vince McMahon. But
Time.
there you go.
That's a guest time appearance.
there you go. That was a good. That was actually really
That was
good.
good as fuck.
That was the best time.
I've been
People
practicing.
have tried doing it. Like I've heard a lot of people try doing it, and that was the best.
She said it with like that rawness at the end.
Oh, it's recording already?
Make sure you guys mention that, all right?
Yeah, we make sure he mentions this. All right, let's jump right into this. All right, we're here. This is Culture Sessions. I'm Malathion,
Check.
What up, Arkyve the Nomad?
and this is Culture Sessions.
Who do we got in the studio today, my boy?
We got 626's very own
626.
Val the Wonder.
Val 9.
What up, Belle? How you doing?
I'm good. Great.
Where you coming from?
I'm coming from right down the street. Shit.
You're close around here?
No, don't leave. No
Don't
streets,
need
no
to.
nothing.
Yeah.
No streets.
Oh,
Yeah, no
yeah,
streets.
okay.
But I mean, I was down the street.
Okay, we're down the
Oh,
street.
okay.
I don't want no one coming over here and just popping in your
Right.
bush or something. Just really Google mapping it and just popping up in your house.
It's close, so that's
They're
I didn't
picking
even know
up
it
the
was a close
reception
thing.
right now.
They are. They're
Yeah.
like they have you.
Let's
they
put
have,
some aluminum around here.
They have some. They have a
Some
tracker.
fucking aliens are gonna come drop in.
You got a nice little tracker in your car right now. So go ahead. Jump to the first question about.
Well, first of all, fucking, I think I have to relay a message, actually.
All right.
The platform collection guy said it's like a moral victory to have you in here. What does that even mean? I don't
because
get it.
they crappy awesome and platform collection, and I like give them like respect and all that good shit because I see them out there like really working with all these artists. There was a while like where I didn't really have time to do anything but work, which I understand, and I think people around me understand that, but I kind of let them on, like, I'm gonna go do this, and I would never go. But I really want to catch a session, especially with one of their segments, the one where they film the artist performing. Like,
Take 5, I think.
We can link that in for sure.
Oh, pros. My bad. Thank you, buddy.
What is it?
Yeah.
Pros, right? Yeah, I want to do that.
We're definitely like we could definitely link that in and shit.
But it'll get there.
Yeah, it all builds in, and it'll all come when time is when the time is right.
So,
Time is of the essence.
So why us then? I don't get it.
Because you guys caught me slipping today. No, because you guys are for the 626, and it was just really easy. Like, it's much easier to tell like somebody, yes, when it's right there, and it's like you're already kind of on a more level than just a stranger. So.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I guess. Well, my first question is: I was listening to the albums. I downloaded them off the album. They're free right now. What website was that? Where they're
velthewonder.bandcamp.com.
I mean, whether they're free or not, go support because those are dope albums. So, like, what inspired the Closet Rap? Like,
Closet Rap mixtape.
Mixtape.
Closet Rap mixtape is just a fucking collection of 12 songs that I happened to make, like, before anybody really let me in a real studio, So those are all literally what it's called, Closet Rap. They're made in the closet.
And that's
in the homie's closet.
Were those beats like those were all just beats that you?
I think maybe like less than half the album is beats off of like Doom.
Oh, okay.
Or there was a Diamond D beat that I used. But almost all of the rest of them were all original beats. I was blessed to kind of already have beat makers want to shoot me shit before any of this really happened. So I was lucky.
Yeah, it was. I was actually like, it was a really dope album. Like you have bars. Like I was checking like, oh, it had style. It had style and it had bars, and then I could hear where you were like getting into your groove, like where you're figuring it out.
Yeah,
certain
right.
songs, So
yeah.
I was really.
You can
tight.
definitely hear my progression as artist in the.
And then to the next album, like we'll get into that after. But I mean, to the next album, like I can definitely hear the change up and stuff. So it was a dope album.
Right.
Really dope album.
I have a question.
Sure.
Check it.
Shoot it.
You grew up in the 626, so did we, like, but we never ran into each other until late. Like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Baldwin Park.
BP?
I grew up on the north side of Baldwin Park.
North side.
What school did you go to, if you don't mind?
I went to BP.
Oh, what? I used to love skating BP. I was a skater back in the day.
Oh,
so
yeah? How many times did you fall?
Fucking 100 times.
All right.
Yeah, easily. But I was good, though. Remember, I was pretty good.
Did you skate right there at the skate park?
Hell yeah. That's why
when they built it afterwards?
Yeah.
Before that, everyone would just skate around the school and shit.
Yeah. Shit was tight.
I'm right by there. I'm right by the high school.
Hi-ho.
Oh, ooh, I'm blessed. That's okay though. You guys like come find me. Though.
Nobody knows what I just said right now.
I'm a guy though, so it's not. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Right.
Come find me, and when you come, meet me at the Hi-Ho. Grab me a Swisher, and we can smoke a blunt. You know what I mean? We'll grab a Swisher, and then we can chop it up.
Hi-ho.
Yeah. So I mean,
exactly.
Be like Hi-Ho. Go buy a blunt.
Go buy a blunt, ho.
So we can get Hi-Ho.
Out.
Ooh, okay. And then okay, so like the Lizzie, the Lizzie, that whole movement, like I like. There's
so funny, so fucking hilarious.
But that whole song, like the meaning behind it, it really like honestly like it gives like girls another voice, because a lot of girls are looked at in the scene as like just like what's portrayed on the radio.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
And this is really like
it's a whole other outlook.
You talk about it on there, you talk about it like, well, I'm not out here trying to do this or that. I'm out here trying to slang my raps. Like I'm out here and that was tight about it. And a lot of the girls, I see a lot of people catching on to that and really like what do you feel about that?
They loved it. I think it is what it is, and it's tight that a lot of people enjoy it, because I specifically wrote that song like about me and my homegirls. Like throughout the song you hear probably like 7 or 8 names, and they're all like a person that I really know in real life, that I've been getting down with for years. Lizzie's was like a crew that was created by me and like one of my closest friends when we were like 20 or something, some bullshit, tagging crew and whatnot, and then it just formed to like a clique. So
you used to tag?
Well,
or don't incriminate yourself. You used to partake in the art.
But I mean, I definitely have a graffiti background. Absolutely, graffiti.
That's cool. I mean,
culture. Absolutely. That's probably the only reason why I started rapping, was because of graph. So.
When did you start recording music? Like, how old were you?
I was already pretty like up there. Like what? Maybe
high school.
No way.
Way after?
Yeah.
That's when you dropped. So the first album was
When-
through Closet Rap. That was the
Yeah.
first stuff.
That was literally like probably my
Wow.
first like 13 songs. Like
That was like honestly that was really, it was good. Like it had bars on it. Like you were actually
Thank
you
you.
were kicking bars, and I was like, oh okay. I was like, you know, sometimes you hear somebody and it's just you're just listening and
yeah.
it's just vibing out, and you're just like,
Yeah.
it's cool melody. It had real bars on it. So I suggest people to go check out on that. You know. Were you rapping in high school, or you weren't doing anything in high school?
No, in high school I was freestyling, yo. Like I already had like I was much more into graph than I was into anything else.
Yeah.
And you know, black books and smoking and drinking and going out and you know doing dumb shit, fucking around, and we would always just smoke and kick freeze. Like it was always just
Yeah.
off the dome, you know. It was always off the dome, and all my homies used to always tell me like, you got flow, you got delivery, like why don't you write some shit? And I used to walk around cocky as fuck, like I don't write nothing, like fuck that shit, like everything is off the dome. And you know, that was cool. And then I just one day I was listening to a Primo beat on the bus, and I had some paper and a pencil, and I just started getting down with what came out.
Do you remember what beat that was?
It was one of my homies beats, DJ Yoshi. It was like, oh no, the Primo beat.
Yeah,
the Primo beat. No, I don't. I know. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a dope beat.
So was the whole album, was that written, or did you freestyle any of those tracks, or was that all written?
I think that everything was pretty much written, but my writing style is pretty much freestyling. So I freestyle and then I write in like, you know, sections.
Right.
So if that makes sense.
The one thing that I thought was, when did it start like taking off? Like was it from the Cypher Effect, or was it before that? Or
For whatever reason, it actually started a little bit before that. The guy who produced my album, Manifest Beats, I actually met him before the Cypher Effect. So before all of these cats started hitting me up out the woodworks, Manifest found me on SoundCloud. I was like an individual artist. I didn't have any backing, any followers, nothing really, but somehow came upon my shit and reached out to me. Another cat who also found me before this Cypher Effect and all that shit was Escupe, who's the other producer
Shout
who
out.
laid all over my album. So I think, like, I don't know who the fuck sent them, but someone sent two dope ass beat makers to me. We made an album. So
Yep. So I have a question. I want to know, like, was it like, I don't know, I don't even know how to ask this, but what type of MC inspired you? Was it a female, or was it like underground? What kind of rapper? Or what kind of artist inspired you?
definitely Native Tongues as a group inspired me. Queen Latifah, I thought she was always dope. Black Rain is one of my favorite albums, dropped in '92. You know, some old school Tribe. I remember listening to Q-Tip. My dad was actually a DJ. He DJ'd around the SGV and the 626, Baldwin Park parties, Almani parties.
That's tight.
And I remember him just bumping West Coast and Warren G and a bunch of like dope cats, you know, like nothing really too jiggy with it, but it was dope. My mom played some Fugees and, you know, some Lauren, some soulful
dope
shit.
music. What the fuck? My parents were playing
grew up
salsa
on-
and shit.
Well, I definitely grew up on Anchetas, which is another fucking dope shit that I love, you know, but just I had a musical opening, which was trying to, that really influenced me.
Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking.
So you got a nice little beginning pass.
Yeah.
Has it always been Vel the Wonder, or
No.
was it something else?
It's always been Val, really.
Vel.
Yeah, which is the name, and then all this other shit I added on afterwards. But
Was that you, or did somebody kind of give you that?
It was kind of coined, like, you know, after the Cypher Effect, because that's where how my name came out, even though I haven't really ever used that name prior to that. But I've always been Val. I've actually always been Val 9 before Val the Wonder, so I stick to that name.
What is the 9? What does that
9 has
represent?
it's a lot. 9 is a really good number. 9 is
Could you
yeah.
explain like what?
one.
One little reason, just so people could.
I connect to that number in many different levels. Illegally, legally, fucking artistically.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it
cool.
just
I was gonna say, I think the 9 is like graffiti influence for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you see that in dope graphic.
It's like also
numbers.
9 is like a completion too. You know what I mean?
What
Like
is
it's
9
also the last single digit number.
It is. And that's where things getting brought into life.
Yeah.
Like 9 is I have a whole concept behind it, but 9 is a good number.
Yeah.
Which is like brought into life, like completion.
What does
You
9
know.
mean?
Born.
Born?
Yeah.
Word.
That's what that means. What about, are you thinking about linking with like any crews, or like, or are you just gonna keep going, just doing it yourself, or like, cause I don't, you're not with any
No.
crew or nothing right now, right? Have
No.
anybody tried like hollering like labels or anything?
I don't know about labels because I don't really read half of my emails. But
Right.
There you go.
Motherfuckers.
Bastards.
I know I've had a couple crews reach out to me, but it's all love. Like, I'll definitely use a beat that you can shoot, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
do my own thing. I think I'm always gonna do my own thing, especially when it comes to music. When it comes to MCing and making hip hop, I think I'll always be an individual.
Yeah.
When it comes to making other types of music, a band and whatnot, then it gets a little, you get more
Do
conjoined.
you work with bands
people.
or?
I got some process songs coming up with some other bands, so
Oh, okay.
cool.
That's new Vel music coming out soon.
There's always gonna be new Val music.
There you go. I like that. It is
Was
like,
that was nice.
that was dope.
That
I
was
like
dope.
that. Like that was a good
That's fire
answer.
answer right there.
It was really quick too. Like you didn't think about it. That was,
Time.
that was perfect.
Called it on your ass.
No, but see, that was a good time though. I before she hit some of the good times on there. Some people have said it. Can't really
They
do
don't
the
know
time
how
right.
to catch the grass.
They don't, and you know why I scream time like that is because people will try to always rap over people. They'll over rap
Right.
shit, and they still
Yeah.
do it with me. And sometimes I sit back. I really don't care about it. But I was gonna ask like a lot of your mostly a lot of your maybe like 90% are like really heartfelt tracks. You know what I mean?
Really?
I feel that like, or maybe not 90%. I'll
Not
take
like
away,
pussy
I'll take away
material,
the
right?
no,
All
like
right.
heartfelt. Like I like
Like
that
deep.
type of shit. Like deep songs. Like
Oh,
you
okay,
speak.
cool.
Like there's nothing to where offense in any way. I
Yeah,
think they're really
fucking
heartfelt
punk.
because to the point where like it's not nothing where I'm just bumping it like just a hip hop song. Like all right, walking around just that's some dope bars. But you're talking about life, but bar wise. You know what I
Bar-wise,
mean?
nice.
Like so I was hearing it and I was able to hear it where you're talking about people on drugs, or you're talking about people doing like gangster ass shit in the streets, people
Yeah.
tagging
Yeah.
a girl out there, like seeing dudes like just like just doing stuff. Like it was just, to me, I felt like all right, like it was really from the heart. It wasn't nothing where you were out there just writing filler bars.
Yeah.
So was that like a conscious choice, or was that something that you just did naturally?
I want to say definitely came out naturally, because when I write a song, it really cannot be forced, because I literally cannot write it. It won't come out. I've sat there and I've tried to attack a beat, 6, 7, 8 different times. And I'll write, 2 verses, and I'll throw it away, And sometimes the beat gets lost, but a lot of times I revive it. And when I find it, then there's the song right there. So it all comes out. I try to really write all of my songs in one standing, so it just comes out naturally.
Are you a meticulous writer? Like, are you hard on yourself about your bars? Like your 16s?
I'm hard on myself about a whole song. Like, it has to really connect, like, from beginning to end, including, like, the intro, how the bridge is gonna be, like. But it's funny because the hooks and the bridges are usually written, like, and done in the studio. Like, then the bars, the verses is what I spend more of my time on.
So you write your hooks in the studio while recording?
On the album, the last 3 songs, I did all of the hooks, and I did all the songs in the last 3 days, but the hooks and the verses and the bridges were done in the studio right there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Do you like write to beat or record to beats like off impulse, or do you like go searching for a beat and sit on it and think about it, or do you just hear a beat like I'm writing to this shit?
It totally depends on the beat. It depends how high I am too. Because
Okay.
if, like, for instance, Ain't a Reason, the first track on the album, produced by Chetty.
Yeah,
Stuck in
yeah,
the
that was
trees.
tight.
What?
Oh my
Shout out
god,
to Chetty.
dope
That
ass.
beat is
fuck.
hard. I was
Mad
looking to talk to you
fat,
about that,
yo.
too.
Like, one of my most favorite songs purely because of the beat. But that particular beat was so easy to write to. Like, as soon as I heard it from my inbox, I paused it. As soon as I heard the violin, I paused it. I went home. I sat in my garage. I smoked, what I had to smoke, and I turned that beat back on, and I just fucking rolled right there, yo. Like,
There you
from
go.
beginning to end, it came out because it's just so fire. But there's other songs like, another song on the album. If It Doesn't Kill Me, that's a long 3-verse song. I took my time with each of that one, but every verse has like a deep, another side of me. So it's very meaningful at the same time.
And that's what I meant. Like your music gives a lot of people that. So I mean, that's why I feel like a lot of people connect with you on that. Like, I feel that off the people. I mean, there's times where like I've just seen just how people like just like react to you, you know what I mean? Like you'll just write something and they're just it's crazy. And I'm like, man, like you really touch these people, you know what I mean? Like
it's so dope.
Have people came to you and told you stuff like that? Like you've helped me out through this, or maybe.
I see the tweets, man. You get fucking love.
Yeah, oh my God, I do. And like, and it's dope, you know, like because I really appreciate everybody, and I'm not just like letting them like tell me these things. I literally go out and I look what kind of person they are and who they kick it with, you know. I do my little like
research.
Look around and see who's supporting me, and I fucking support all of them. Like they all seem like somebody that I would kick it with, you know, like on some low key shit, and not like we're all the same or we all dress the same, because we don't. Everybody I know looks so different from each other, but it's just like the kind of energy that you break off to somebody, I guess.
Yeah, it's like different walks of life, you know.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking badass, yo.
Hip hop has changed, you know. It's not everybody it has to look like this or that. It's different, you know, and it's about.
It's just being about an artist.
Yeah. I mean, I seen you at a couple of battles. Maybe I think I one battle I seen you at. I think a Daily Duels battle not too long ago. Like what is your connection with that? Like what not connection, but like do you really like enjoy watching it? Because you were performing that day, so I don't know if you were just there performing.
Well, I
or
was
watching.
there to perform, but I don't go to a lot of rap battles, you know, just because I like to kind of stay in my nest when I can. But But when I do, I fucking enjoy them, yo. And I'm always listening for those over the head bars. I'm like, did he just say that right now? Like, you know? And
like
then my homegirl like really put me on. My homegirl Scarlett, shout out to Scarlett right here on the couch.
Shout out.
And Denter, you know, like I would go
boy.
to the battles to watch them, and then like I would just see other dudes battling, and I'm always right there trying to like stand over some tall ass motherfucker right in front of me.
Yeah.
So I can like listen to the battle, but I like it. I enjoy it. I would never do it myself, but, but I would go.
Well, did you?
That fucks your question.
Okay, go ahead. No.
That fucks your question up.
No. It wasn't my question if she would do it, because there's a lot of the time, like, I think it's good that sometimes people just don't do it, because it's a lot of the time it has to be something that you want, because if you don't, like, any small thing could really just
alter.
It's like getting a tattoo. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people that are like,
you gotta be fully committed.
I want to get fully blasted right now. It's like, go ahead, try to sit there and take that shit. Get fully. Some fools will be tapping out after this, and it's like, you know, like, that's the same shit. You like, I want to rap out, I want to get all this shit. You get in there and it's different.
I don't want to rap battle, because I'll probably just get down with somebody. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not gonna even like, you know.
See, I don't even play that.
I got a couple homies.
I don't fuck with that shit.
I have some homies that like some certain homies that I can't book, you know, because I know, like, they're like, yeah, I got bars. I'm like, what do you? But if some guy's coming and trying to spit in your face or saying disrespectful thing about your family, like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna sock him in his face. I was like, that's exactly why I can't book you. You know, a lot of these guys.
For real though.
But it's a dope scene. You know, it's a lot of
out of talent, dude.
Did you ever peep the female battles?
Yeah, dude, you know what's so fucking hilarious is Daisy, who does she does some photography. Yeah, Daisy the photographer. I went to Covert one day, and you know, this is before I even started recording a lot more music. I was buying some paint off of her at that shop, and I don't remember why we started talking to begin with, you know, after our transaction, but I ended up chilling at that shop for like 3 hours.
The Covert when it was in Baldwin Park?
When it was in Ontario.
That
here.
one. Okay.
And
that was dope too.
And we just stopped, and you know, she turned on her computer, and all of a sudden we're fucking 3 hours deep watching female rap battles. You know, this whole fucking time, yo, and I rode my bike over there, and I was right there like, what?
Yeah,
like, she put me on a Looney. She put me on a Old Blimey. Shout out to Old Blimey.
Shout out.
You know, I was watching all these
girls.
females getting down, and I just thought it was the fucking like raddest thing. And then, you know, I told her that I like made some hip hop, you know, on the side, and she ended up inviting me to one of those open mics that they had, and that was like one of my first times ever really getting on a mic. I didn't even know how to hold the fucking mic before. I thought it was like the most awkward thing and shit.
Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, I was fucking nervous. Like I didn't want to spit in front of these fools. Like they were my homies, you know.
Yeah.
It's different to spit in front of your homies. It's like taking a shit naturally, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it felt like I was on X-Lax in front of those fools and shit.
That's crazy.
I have a
This is
question.
cool.
Are you like you feel like you're an introverted person, like where you like to be more a homebody than a outside like social person?
I've always been both. I've always liked to always be outside. I have a connection like with being outside in general. Like I'm very into nature and shit. But then I have my times where I just want to like shut away and I want to be in my cave and I want to do my thing and marinate on my style, whatever type of art form I'm into at the moment, and then I'll come back out.
Important.
Yeah.
That's always
I
good.
take
to
my
get
breaks away.
Good.
That's always good to get into nature. Have any, since you've been in the scene, has anybody like girls or guys tried taking like stabs at you or like trying like?
Oh yeah,
what? Haters?
I got my little
Haters?
fan club.
So they got
I
the-
see.
fan
I don't
club.
have
Lizzie
fans.
haters.
I have supporters, and then I have my fan club of haters. Like,
But they're
which
still
it's
fans,
not.
though.
It's. I mean, they have to be because they're watching me. You know, I'm surely not watching them. But I mean, it doesn't really like bother me because I have a feeling that one day they're gonna give up and just listen to my music.
Yeah.
They're into it for a reason. So.
Yeah. I really don't even. It doesn't really like. I really
Affect
don't go.
you.
out
That's
and check
logical
them.
reason
Yeah.
to think about it. Like
But I just
like that.
asked, like maybe like someone had maybe did a diss and tried, even if it had been nobody and
You
sent
know
it
what?
to you. And
I've
like,
even
"Oh,
gotten
this-
like some other fools that have their name, like trying to bring up my name, but
trying
It's
to do
dudes.
I
too?
don't, man.
Wow.
But they're just trying to get a little buzz or something.
crazy.
you
It
know what I mean?
doesn't,
Like,
irrelevant.
but I mean, you're
Terrible.
Wow. I
Shame
don't-
on you.
We're not even gonna get into that.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. So you guys need to relax with that. Chill out, papa.
Papa.
There you go. How long does a record usually take you to create? Like how
Long fucking time.
long time? How long did
Lace of Pearls.
Yes.
I want to say maybe a year and a half.
Year and a half?
Maybe a little bit, not as long as that. No, maybe like a year and 4 months. Something like that. But yeah, it took a while.
And was that in like a different studio or the same thing?
Same
or-
studio.
Same studio?
Same studio from beginning to end. Same producer. Same.
Manifest?
Manifest, which is his studio is called Cloud9 Studios.
Shout out to him because I was actually gonna ask you about the beats. He has some really dope
Yeah,
beats.
tell me about it. I looked out.
Yeah, really.
Not
dope
only is he a
beats.
great producer, he's a great beat maker.
Was the Lizzie beat? Who produced that beat?
That's an MF Doom beat.
MF Doom beat.
Yikes.
Damn, that shit.
Science is a life.
That's tight. That's the one where the faces are painted. You know which one that is?
Yeah.
The face. That one.
Definitely inspired by Doom.
Hell yeah.
What about Dumbfounded? Did he reach out to you? Because I'd
He
seen
did, yeah. I remember he tweeted the video when it first dropped, like
Yeah.
the first 24 hours or something like
He's
that.
on it. Yeah.
And
Shout out to Dumb.
and
Yeah.
then
DFD.
I seen him at that Daily Duels battle. He came
came
out
to-
and watched.
he
Yeah, he came out.
came to see you.
Yeah, I thought
That was crazy.
dope.
I was at the
Yeah.
event and I seen.
Which I
Dumb.
kind of wish like he would have seen me like much later, you know, because I'm
Yeah.
such a
But see, the thing is.
crowd entertainer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
He set
guarantee
their
you, he's
life as
still
fuck.
watching. He's still watching because that was crazy. Like like I don't really see him places. That's why I was
Yeah.
like I tripped out. I was like he's not here to watch the battles. And then like he was just chilling out in the back and he was like what up? And I talked to him. He was like yeah I'm just here to check out some performances. He didn't wasn't
Yeah.
saying too many names. I just seen him. That's he walked to the front when you were performing.
Yeah.
And I was like okay I see him. He was filming that video because I follow him on Twitter and he was like yo this check out this new dope
Yeah.
talent, or I think he said female, or I don't know how he worded
Something
but
or other.
it was a big up, you know. So
yeah,
that was
it was, and I still appreciate it to this day. So
That's dope. I have a question. Fucking, all right, considering we're all from the 626 and it's like, that's dope that we're kind of finally getting shine to our city.
Yeah.
And more like our district and area code. Everybody's from different places, you know what I mean? What do you think the future of the 626 is going to be?
I think everybody's gonna progress. You know, like no matter how slow we might be or how unmotivated we might be. You know, sound is gonna progress everywhere. So I know a lot of cats in the 626 are jumping in their home closet studio, making beats, fucking rapping with their homies. Like it's only a matter of time before more artists keep popping out and out.
There's another one that C-Ray wanted to ask, and he said like, would there ever be was there any chance of there ever being like a reunion of the cipher? I guess everyone keeps asking that. People want to know. I guess there's like so much stuff. I didn't really get into it. He didn't really tell me much, but would there ever be a cipher reunion?
It'd be dope.
Of the cipher.
Would you be down or what?
Of course, I would never say no to a cipher.
Would you? Would
I be
Heard
like,
it.
oh my god, like on top of it? Nah, I'm gonna sit back and like wait for somebody to hit me up and shit, you know? Not on some childish shit, but just like I'm gonna worry about what I gotta do until something really happens, you know? But
The way it should be.
But that yeah.
And then one more thing, with the there was a song and it was like about like seeing people like fall that were on addiction and stuff. Was that like something? Because a lot of the time when I've wrote stories, I've just thought of something, an idea, and I've seen something, and it's made me want to write it, or it's been something that's actually been in that I've actually experienced. And you don't have to put anything out on blast or anything, but I mean, if I was just interested
you know
in that.
everybody trips out on that song. You're referring to Yellow Dress, and that I mean obviously like I'm from Northside Baldwin Park, so there was a lot of my family is on the mix, but regardless from that, that song tripped me out too because that song I actually wrote on hand. I wrote as I literally was like writing on the paper. Like that song came out like that, and I don't really know where it came from. Like to this day, I listened to that as Spok Beat, and it just started coming out, and
made you feel it.
It was like the pen was writing, my hand was writing. It was fucking, it was dope. Yeah, I still don't know where it literally came from, but it came out.
Hopefully, everybody jumps on it while it's still free, or she's gonna start charging you guys to go ahead and get that. That's a really dope album. Like, would you? I don't know if you'd be down, but would you kick that verse that's on the Cipher Effect? Because or do you not know it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I know it unless I kind of like
hear it.
Like paraphrase it.
Something like
What
I
is
dropped
that?
the easel.
I dropped the paint on the easel. With some thoughts to be easily confused with evil, proceeding from the feebles to get ejected from hell. Damn, I don't remember all of it.
Okay. So
Louder on this hellish beat. I remember that line.
Okay, that's all you guys get. You guys can't get the rest. You guys go
watch that
check that out on Cipher Effect. That was dope though. That's the one where like I remember.
I know a lot that the part that got the most shine, besides one of the other lines, was indigenous 626.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time thinking about that one.
That was tight.
I had to slip that one.
Because remember it, that when I heard that one, I was like, oh, because we used to say 626 because our shit's too sick. I'd be like, homie, for the 626 because our shit's too sick. And freestyles, and everyone was like, oh, okay, I see you. For a while, people didn't want to say they knew about the 626.
Yeah, you know, one of the first cats I actually heard say 626 on the Cipher Effect was Tony Six.
What crew is he from?
He's not. I don't believe he's from a crew. He was on one of the Cipher Effects. You know, right before the girl one, there was probably only like maybe 10 or something beforehand. He was on like number 7 or 8.
Check that out. Shout out to you.
He says something about his jeans size 626. I don't know. That shit was a dope ass line. I thought he really caught me on that line. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
But I got a personal question.
Sure.
Well, from me, like, did you ever hear about Chamber Records and 626 like growing up at all?
Not growing up, but definitely like when I started, you know, getting to like hear like know about more people. I really didn't know about a lot of people who made this music until I started making music myself, and that which makes sense, you know, like you don't really scope for things unless you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I started, I definitely heard of Chamber Records from the 626 because you don't really hear of anybody from the 626. Another person I also heard of was his name starts with the E.
Yours truly, E.
And he gets down too. I feel like such an asshole. You know what I'm talking about.
I think his name ends.
But it's right there. It's like some.
I don't know.
He's a dope ass cat. I'm gonna have to shout him out later.
That's crazy. Well, whoever you are, man, hit up the Culture Senses at Gmail, man. Holler at the G's.
And I wanna figure out how the fuck did I meet Di? But I met Di, and then she of course put me on the Chamber Records, and like me and Di, like, oh my god,
that was a great song. That shit was tight.
Oh my, she
Hold
blessed.
on, you guys are here the high five right now. That was a high five right there. That was a high
She
five.
blessed it, yo. Like, and I had been tell this girl like for almost a whole year of me making this album, like, you're gonna do a hook for my song. She was like, yeah, mom, down. And that girl works a lot too, yo. She
Yeah.
works a lot.
Yeah.
So just like
She
me,
works
it
hard
was
for
really
her money.
hard to
Shout out to
get
the
a
queen,
hold
dog.
of her, you know. It was really hard to like actually snatch her up and take her in the studio. And she laid that song down like literally like less than a week before the album dropped. Like I was like, you have to do it now, like it's now or never. And she busted out, and I couldn't be like happier at what she sent me, yo.
Man, you guys are the queens of the music. You know, you guys are the
She's
ones
fucking
coming
great. She's great.
up. Bonnie Blue right here. You know, we got Die, Val the Wonder, and but I have to give you shout out because if we're giving shout out to the queens, you got to give shout out to the
Yeah,
queens.
you're
All
not
of
here. We're just giving shout outs to people that we admire. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
like you guys are the ones that are giving the voice, you know, to respectable, to the future, to the generation of what's coming out.
To the culture.
And it's crazy because I've been doing a lot of like hip hop research, like going back
Nice,
to the
yeah,
root,
right?
just so I know. And
Yeah.
I found out
Knowledge doesn't hurt.
no knowledge is beautiful. And I found out that if I'm not mistaken, the very first MC was a woman, was a female.
I remember you telling me.
What was her
that shit.
name?
Pebbly Pooh, I think.
It was Cool Herc's little sister,
Cool
right?
Herc's little sister.
Was she like a?
Yeah, that was her name, like Pebbly something. I would really have to double check. Don't mark my words for that. But I mean, you Google it. I would Google it right now, but I don't want to take time for
Bing or Google?
that. Bing or Google. You can check that.
Or ask Jeeves. It's the fucking the Hebrew.
Ask-
If you're a
ask
Hebrew, you
Jeeves.
can ask Jeeves.
Yes.
Hebrew.
And all you guys, if you guys want sponsorships, go ahead and holler at culturesessions@gmail. Holler at culturesessions626
At Gmail.
So we had to add
Nice.
the 626 just to rep. But I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's something that's for the books, and that's something that
That's
we need a
nice.
lot more female MCs in here that are speaking for the real women. You know what I mean? Out here, really putting it out, and I feel like you guys are doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I think a real woman knows that she's a human at the
Yeah.
end, you know, from beginning to end. So as long as you rep for your people and yourself, like a lot of the times, gender when it gets mixed into the music, it makes too much of a, you know, too much of unattention noise that you don't want attention from. So
You're just a dope lyricist, so that's really where it doesn't. There's no gender at all. If you got bars, you got bars, and hip hop
Yeah.
is a beautiful thing.
I mean, don't
where
get
you
me
can do
wrong.
that.
In a lot of my songs, I refer to a lot of things and objects and scenes that have women in it. But it's just like, you know, it just sounds so much sicker when a female is doing it.
No, you're doing it right. I mean, there's nothing that I'm not. If anything, I want the one thing I would ask is more music. You know what I mean?
Which will come
Is a straight
in due
exactly.
time.
Speaking of, what's next for you? What's going on? Like you want to shed
Project
some
number
light on
2.
anything?
Yeah, I'm already like collecting beats. I'm already so excited. Like I'm already writing to next beats, which you'll see a lot of fourth beats from Locally Grown on. He's been blessed in my inbox. Manifest already blessed my inbox. You know.
Nice.
I'm gonna definitely have some more progressional songs, I guess, as an artist, as an MC, if you want to call it. I have too much fun with this shit now, I think.
Are you gonna keep it all in house, or is there like producers that you want to work with?
For the most part, I pretty much like stick to my little clique. Although I do, you know, I don't not listen to beats. And it's not that I don't always think that they're not dope. A lot of dope beats get sent to me, but as an artist, I try to feel if I can coin it my own style, and if I can't, then it'll just become listening music, you know? I really have to find a deep connection with the beat.
So there's ingredients to Vel the Wonder
There
albums
is.
and music.
It's all
Same thing with closet rap too, or was that just sporadic?
closet rap. I really only had like 2 beat makers at the time, 3 beat makers, and all 3 of them, no 4, and all 4 of them are on it. So, but that was like, you know, I think it was my homie DJ Yoshi, Escupa was on there, there's some other cats on there, some dope ones.
On the Cream song, you kind of did some harmonizing on the hook. which
That's
was
that's who I was thinking. Yon Beats. That's a Yon Beats. Yon. Yon
Was that the
Beats.
Cream one? Was a Young
That was
Beat?
Cream. Oh
Yeah.
no, Cream. Cream was with Severe.
Yeah.
Cream was with Severe.
That's what I was gonna ask you too.
That's another homie's beat. One of his beat makers beat actually.
That was actually I like the hook. You harmonized on it. Are you gonna do a lot more of that? Like just, or is it just when you feel that?
Well, it definitely comes out when I feel it. Severe is actually the first person to get me to sing on a track because I never really liked to sing on a track. I was in choir before I even learned how to rhyme, but I never considered myself a singer ever, really. It's just not. I don't know. I don't want to sing for the rest of my life.
Why did you take choir? Because you wanted to do something with music, or just to take a course?
I think when I was really young, I remember one of my first experiences ever connected to music was going to the orchestra. And like some ghetto ass school in Walden Park, like they up and took us on a bus to the LA Symphony. And I specifically remember our seats were all the way in the fucking back. Like I could literally touch my arm against the wall, but I had such a deep
Shout
connection.
out to the school district in Baldwin Park and shit.
Right?
Shout out to that district.
With them dry ass peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and shit. But I remember like just feeling the music so much and looking down and seeing the orchestra and just like being in awe. And I kind of realized that my instrument was my voice at the time. So I got in the chorus. I got into like a selected chorus a couple years later. And I was always into music, but I never really wanted to ever be a singer. So I didn't pursue it other than just like fucking around in the shower or some shit,
Yeah.
But Severe, I don't know how he knew that I had some kind of voice to fuck with, and he made me sing that song, and it was real easy, and it ended up being one of the most liked songs to this day. So
shout out to Severe. I had a show with them like maybe a couple of days ago, not too long.
Oh,
ago.
word.
I think at the basement.
Severe's down, dude.
He's tight.
Severe's one of like the artists that I respect a lot because he really literally doesn't give a fuck about what anybody has to say about his shit.
That's dope. And
Yeah.
It's an important key to being an artist.
Yeah,
Very.
he's always going to be Sev Hop to the day he dies. So
that's
respect to Severe.
beautiful, man. Mad respect to you, homie.
I got a question. Speaking
Okay.
of people she works with, like, what about like if you could work with like fucking anybody? They have to be alive, but anybody in the fucking planet, anybody that's alive, like any fucking
Anybody
person.
on the planet?
It could be an artist, like a singer, rapper, or just a producer or something like that.
I would probably, I don't know. I really have fun in making music with my homies. I think like
Wow,
that's
not nobody, like not fuck anybody on the planet.
fuck
like,
everybody else. So I'm just like,
that's a strong statement. That says a lot
I
about
think
Bella right there.
what I really have been itching for is like getting more involved with bands, and instruments. So that's if a type of music I want to get into, more definitely with that, the creation of sound, from the instrument. I think so.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful answer. Very humble answer.
There you go. That was close.
Time.
What the fuck again?
I can't be getting nice. I gotta stay on the time, guys. Fuck, I fucked up.
You sleeping, bro?
I know you're
sleeping.
sleeping
Hey, bro,
on
bro.
your trademarks,
She
man.
I just got called Taiwan right now.
Oh.
You're losing money, bro.
I just got called Taiwan right now.
KOTD, hit me up at valthewonder@gmail.com.
Damn. She straight
Sponsor.
She straight took my job. She just straight took
We're not
my.
gonna need you
Okay,
anymore. Like,
that's
what?
it. I'm
You're out the
out.
game.
I'm out. Go ahead.
Hang it up.
Fuck me, right? What about poetry? Have you ever been into poetry or anything like that?
No, I was never somebody like I remember when my homegirls were little, and like we were like in 5th or 6th grade, and we started learning how to do like small poems and the different names for the classifying poems. I never really was into that shit. Most of it was like roses and dolphins and
like
whatnot.
foo-foo shit.
Yeah, and I never really really ever literally wanted to write a poem, but I do remember in 8th grade specifically writing on a piece of paper bars against some other dude who would write on a paper, and we would swap at lunch, and I'd be like, damn, he's fucking clowning me again, like fucking dick, and I would get mad, and I would come back and write some more rhymes. Like I knew how to rhyme, but it wasn't like sweet rhymes. It was like attack rhymes, or intentional rhymes, or something. I was trying to like coin something with my words at the moment. I didn't know what I was even doing. I was in fucking like 8th grade and shit, but it was fun.
Dope. So you
Impulse rapper kind of. Like a little bit, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
you've always been influenced, so always wanted to be some part of hip hop. Always then it's just always
Always
been
had a
in you without
connection.
even knowing it.
Yeah, always had a connection. Yeah, it was. I think it was like born in me in a way.
Wow.
I think I didn't realize until I got much older, but music plays a large part in my life. It took me a while to connect to that, but it's always has been. So
Man, what was one of the first like albums or tapes that you got? Do you remember that? Like that put you on to hip hop and you were like
underground shit
or underground or whatever
anything.
you
I guess.
to.
Yeah, it could be.
It could have been
anything.
Selena to fucking Atmosphere.
Well,
It don't
yeah, I
matter.
definitely remember having the Selena album in my hand. You know, I think it was white and had like different pictures up on the top.
Yeah.
Damn, I called it.
Yeah.
Como una flor or some shit like
Well,
that. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know
Selena
what
always
the
comes
fuck
to my
it's like.
house. I remember having Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album, which is a
Strong
brown
album.
cover and has
That
a
was a-
picture in the front, like a stencil. I
Yeah.
remember always having that album.
Those ones are, like, real
Black
hard,
Rain. Black Rain was always an album playing with Latifah on the front, like a rainy
Okay.
day.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a really good album. I remember having like a De La cassette in my house. It had like the picture of 3 of them in the front. It was like a white border. So I had the
that's like
cassette.
3 something with the
3 feet and rising.
yeah,
Remember?
3 feet and rising. How did I know?
Yeah, so
Don't coin me on these things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're
Please,
kind of
don't
high.
coin
Right now.
me
We
on
smoked
these
in
things.
between. We don't know. We need when we get our Google, our fucking Bing, our fucking
Bing
all
or
I get
Google.
my
Jeez. Well, on any of that shit, we're gonna be able to fucking know everything. We're gonna verify. We're not
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
start
speaking
binging
like a
from
bunch
now
of
on.
assholes.
I'm gonna start binging from now on. I can't do this.
Pull your phone out. Fuck
I'm gonna
the
bing.
bullshit.
I know. I would put my phone out, but we're having a great conversation here.
Yeah.
And all great conversations always have no tech.
phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only technology here is this mic, so you guys are able to hear this.
Pretty
and,
much.
You know, it's able to be. But we want to thank you so much for coming out
Thank you.
and really blessing us with this.
Seriously. Culture sessions. We're blessed.
Culture Sessions 101.
Ooh, first fucking episode for real.
First
though.
episode.
Yeah.
Shouts out. Oh yeah, let's give a shout out to the other podcast right here really quick. Don't let me catch me sleeping on my job right here.
Yeah.
We need you guys to go to platformcollection.com. Shouts out to Crappy Awesome Podcast, 2Mex Hologram Podcast, Wake the Flock Up. I think it was let me see, Noah James, Curtis King, and Lisa J all together, and you can follow us on Instagram at Culture Sessions. And if you guys have any questions or you guys want to request anybody, you go to culturesessions626@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I am Malathion.
Wait a minute. Before we head out, I just want to know, just Vel, you got anything you want to say to your people?
Shouts out or you want to do
No,
a project,
just fucking
anything?
keep doing. I definitely everybody who supports me, like, stay on top of what you gotta do and stay on top of your art at all times, and just watch out for me.
And where can they find you at? Like your
They
music?
can find me. Definitely download the album because it's free as shit.
Hell
Lace
yeah.
with Pearls, velthewonder.bandcamp.com. Give it to your homie for his birthday. Tell him you paid $12.99.
That's right.
There you go.
I have a SoundCloud, but you can find the SoundCloud for Bandcamp. I'd rather everybody go to the Bandcamp,
Okay.
velthewonder.bandcamp.com. SoundCloud, if you find it, you're lucky because it has all the freestyles on it.
Ooh, well then let's put them there because
Word of mouth.
I want them to hear some freestyle. I actually want to hear some freestyle.
SoundCloud.com/vel2n.
And then don't listen to the other songs. Only listen to the freestyles and listen to the other songs on the Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And then go to YouTube and then go listen
you
to
can
them there.
Look at them right there, yeah.
Yeah. And then what about Instagram, Facebook,
Um,
Twitter? We need to give this out. They need to find you. I know she doesn't
They
like
want to
it.
see you.
If you would have told me, I would have done it for you. I would have said it for you.
Twitter at Vel the Wonder. Instagram is the real Vel 9.
Is there any underscores? No underscores?
underscore between Val and 9?
Val and
But
Very
no,
so
just
okay. So hold on.
Just Google that shit.
Oh, there you go.
There you go,
Bing,
you lazy
bing it.
motherfucker.
Bing.
You
Bing
know-
it or Jeeves it if you're a Hebrew. Just do what you
It
gotta
Jeeves
fucking
it.
do.
Google
that
it. You can
shit.
Google it, Yahoo, but I
Yahoo
suggest you
search.
Bing it.
Any type of motherfucking search engine.
Bing.
Use that shit. Use your fucking brain.
There you go. Bing, holler at us.
Well, I am Arkyve the fucking nomad.
I am Malathion.
We are ayahuasca.
And who are you?
This is Val 9.
This is Val 9.
And this is motherfucking Culture Sessions.
Culture Session.
Peace.
Peace.